All right. Welcome, one and all, to the Off the Rails Sports Podcast. I am John, and if you could hit that like and subscribe button. And how you doing, Brian? Look at that happy face.
Man, traffic is out of control. You gotta love SoCal, man.
It
Been on the road
is.
for
Let's see.
30 minutes and I'm about 2 miles from my house.
Actually, sounds like it's moving good today.
I should have rode my bicycle today.
Mm, should have power walked it, guy. You'd already be there. All right. So let us talk about that that love-hate relationship we have with the Red Sox. I watched I watched the 3 game series with the Angels, okay? I don't have let's talk about what a bunch of BS the MLB package is. Brian talks about it all the time that he doesn't even he is a fan. He pays for the package and he doesn't even get his home teams. Now, at some point, I understand there's media rights that go on and, you don't want to dilute it. But do you really want to take the best fans, the most dedicated fans, and not give them their home market? I mean, what the hell is that?
That's what I've been saying this whole time. The MLB should be able to demand that their package shows, and I mean that's not going to be a deal breaker when they're negotiating with Bally Sports or Time Warner Network or whatever these, you know,
Home
local.
Shopping Network?
Yeah,
Yeah, whoever's the new
I mean,
broadcast partner.
they're still going to want to show the games.
Right.
It's not going to be a deal breaker,
Yeah.
but they're soft.
Wi- Any organization that is led by Rob Manfred is soft. Okay. I mean, I think the Play-Doh Gumby and Pokey are a lot more rigid and got a bigger spine than Rob Manfred. That guy is just an idiot on an idiot. I want to say, and this I'm going to break this news right here. Rob Manfred's grandfather captained the Titanic. Okay, I'm breaking that news. Okay, that's what he's
All
doing
right.
there. Okay, so I watched the 3 games, and you know Jesus criminy. Do we have to let him have like 5 runs every first 2 innings? I mean, do we got to
Uh,
start the game in a hole like that?
yes. How
Okay.
did Mike Trout look?
He looked
I
good.
know he was just DHing.
No, he looked good. He did. He looked really
Good.
good. He seemed to have his bat speed up there. Look, you and I are in a different place about Mike Trout. I think Mike Trout is one of the all-time greats in the last 40 years. Absolutely. I just think the injuries are catching up to him. Look, I'm rooting for the guy. I am. I like the guy. I think he's been great for baseball. But at the end of the day, your career does come to an end.
Yes. No,
Okay.
I'm in the same place as you. I'm just rooting a little more than you.
Yeah,
That's all.
you are. You are. There's no doubt. There's no doubt. I like to take a little more fun at Mike's expense. Enjoy the other 350 million you got left on
It's
your
not like he's
contract.
A-Rod or something. This is a guy everybody likes.
Yeah. I mean, really, isn't he the anti A-Rod?
Totally.
You know? I mean, wow. Okay, so I'm watching the series and I'm gonna give Brian the credit. I don't like doing that, but it seems like I have to almost every episode here. Is he made the point earlier this week of how much more room, how much more latitude are we going to give Alex Cora? And Alex Cora, after the second game of the series with the Angels, said the team isn't getting any better. Wow, astute observation. Also, he made the observation that water is wet and fire is hot. Okay, he's really persistent. I wonder, does Alex Cora at the current trajectory, at the current pace, make it to the All-Star game?
I think he does. I think uh, for whatever reason, he's the one that's in the good graces with the ownership for whatever reason. I don't know.
Okay.
That 2018 season was a long time ago. It
Mm-hmm.
was a long time ago. And even
Yeah.
2021 when they got to the ALCS, that was a long time ago. in
It was.
baseball terms, because
No, it
this is
was.
a what have you done for me lately? What was Brandon Hyde won over 100 games just less than 2 years ago.
Right.
Gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
So why
Yeah.
is Alex still there after multiple last place finishes? Uh, third place last year, but totally underperforming this year team? I have no idea. But he's got some kind of good graces in there. He got extended last year after two last place finishes.
Yeah. Let me
Come
ask you
on.
this. I watched a lot of the ESPN games with Boston, and Eduardo Perez was really banging the drum of they needed to extend him. Do you think ESPN had any input or was able to add any pressure to Boston management to extend him?
Any influence, you mean?
Yeah,
I don't think so. I mean, if John Henry and his team of ownerships are looking to appease anybody, it's going to be the local media, not ESPN. But I will say ESPN has been riding Alex Cora since he got that job because he used to work there with all of them,
sure. Right.
and they're all
Right.
friends. So those are his buddies. So they're not going to rag on him and put him under the bus. So yeah, I don't know. He, we talked about last time too. What's a manager going to do? Maybe 2 or 3 wins a year. He's going to get for you, but still, he's not
Right.
developing anything. There's no cohesion of the team. The lineup is different every freaking day.
Every day. Yeah. I think you know what? Make sure you're okay because I think you're starting tomorrow. And that's about as much notice as these guys are getting. But with the team, let's just call it what it is. They're fourth place. They're 9 games back. They're 30 and 34. You start to wonder, you're starting to hear the whispers that they are sellers. They're going to be sellers at the break. What's your gut tell you?
Well, I heard something yesterday uh, that they really don't have any pieces to offer anybody that has any high-end value, with the exception of Jaron Duran, because
Correct.
he still is couple of years away from his total free agency.
Yes.
But you know, are you going to trade your most popular player in a year where you're spiraling below expectations? I mean, this isn't this isn't 2004 when they got rid of Nomar.
That's
This
true.
is this is this is worse.
Well, right to your point is the rumors are San Diego Padres really want Jaron Durant. Okay, that's the guy they're really looking to solidify the bottom of their lineup. And it didn't make a lot of sense to me till I heard the second piece. And the second piece was if we trade Jaron Durant, we can get something for him now. He's only a year removed from his really spectacular year, and we can get Roman Anthony in the lineup. Now, when I heard the Roman Anthony part, I thought, oh, yeah, we can get him on the rookie deal. We can keep him for 6 years. And as cheap as we've been lately, yeah, it makes perfect effing sense.
The well, I mean, I'll be honest. He's my favorite player on the team right now,
Okay.
and I would hate for them to trade him because he's the only thing I think that provides any kind of a spark and life in the team. But remember back probably about a month ago, I was saying, man, imagine if he got traded to Philadelphia, how much he could
Sure.
spark that team.
Yeah.
I'm surprised the Padres were the ones looking at him, but the Padres, hey, they're not afraid to make moves. So good
No,
for the Padres.
I'm not saying what the trade could be, but there's a lot of rumors they want to get rid of Michael King, right? I mean, the starting pitcher. I mean, I watched the game yesterday and we went through 7 relief pitchers. Okay, we got the win. I'm really thrilled about that. But Jesus, when you go through 8 pitchers in a game, I mean, really? Come on.
Yeah, the Red Sox bullpen is terrible. I mean, the whole way the team is constructed is pretty piss poor, if you ask me. There's no
Well, I mean,
real there's no real solidity anywhere. I mean, the fact that Alex Bregman went down and everything's fallen apart,
right.
really we're built based on one guy that we've just got this year.
Well, and we're also built on the first ballot Hall of Famer Trevor Story because I saw him. He's really doing great at hitting 220. He's really fantastic. And we got to make sure we keep that guy and his big contract in the lineup.
That's
Okay?
true.
You know? Brian, you are so smart, but you just missed the obvious. Trevor Story, baby. Trevor Story. Now,
Okay.
the other pieces they do have, they could trade Alex Bregman. There's a lot of rumors going around that Bueller maybe gets shipped back to the Dodgers because they're having so many injuries. Actually, this just in, the Dodgers are trying to win. That's what separates them from the Red Sox this year. Um, you know, I don't know. We're gonna see. All right, I guess that'll be it.
That's
Oh
enough.
God,
That's enough Red Sox.
God. I did watch Devers though. I mean, that guy rakes. That guy just he is. I mean, if you took away that first 5 games, my God,
Yeah,
he's just a monster on himself.
he is the positive. He should be and who am I to freaking complain, but he should be hitting more home runs. I think based on, what he is. He's more of a doubles guy, but I think he should be up there among the league leaders with his home runs, and he's never really up there. That's just
Yeah,
what I think they expect from him, even though he's never done it.
right, right. Okay, he is leading the entire major league in runs batted in. He has 54 over Pete Alonso at 53. I mean, wow, go figure. All right, let's also talk about the idiot that is Rob Manfred. And he said that, quote unquote, felt a little pressure after Trump wanted to pardon Pete Rose. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, that's what it takes, huh? You're admitting that the president of the United States had a little impact. I mean, I'm sure your antitrust exemption had nothing to do with that, anything behind the scenes. And now you're such an effing idiot, and the media just kisses your ass everywhere they can that you said, oh, yeah, your suspension, your exemption from the Hall of Fame ballot ends when you die. Hey, Joe Jackson is out there saying, hey, I've been dead for 60 plus years. How come they didn't put me back on the ballot?
Exactly. It's a weak move. Uh, I mean, the Pete Rose issue, no pun intended, is dead and has been for a long time. I mean,
Right,
really, it has. There are the people that think he should be in the Hall of Fame, regardless of the fact that he was betting on baseball. And there are the other proponents that say he absolutely should be banned. And they just agree to disagree. And it's
right.
over. I mean, I don't know what the purpose of it is other than, again, baseball showing weakness and not standing their ground.
I agree. I agree, but it really does. It really makes the guy running your organization look incredibly inept and susceptible to pressure. Okay, I mean it's just what it is. Also, we kind of had an interesting situation with Lance McCullers, the pitcher for the Astros, 2 weeks ago in a start. He got lit up for 7 runs, and I believe in the first inning, got thrown out. He got death threats. His family got death threats. His kid got death threats via the internet versus from a drunk, disgruntled gambler who lost money on his start. My question to you is Major League Baseball too in bed with the big sporting sites or the big betting sites? And this is obviously what's coming.
That's, I don't know, because I mean, is anybody more in bed with the gambling sites than the NFL?
Nope. Nobody
And
is.
so I don't know how all that plays out. And I don't pay attention to that stuff because I don't gamble. I don't play fantasy sports or anything like that. I just
Okay.
watch games. Uh, but they shouldn't be doing anything other than, if you want to put a line on us in Las Vegas or whatever, do it. I don't know.
Right,
That's my take on it.
right, right. And baseball wants a piece of that gambling pie. They all do. The PGA Tour, the football, the basketball, but there's a dark side to it. We actually saw in the NBA, one of their players Porter got banned because he literally threw his own personal stats for gamblers. And I'm not I'm not saying that could happen in baseball, but we are talking about the one sport that almost lost its entire livelihood because of a betting scandal. And
Exactly.
I do think that when I watch ESPN and they are pumping the juice about, oh, this is what the current odds are, to me, you are just bringing on a whole new generation of addicts. They don't understand what they're dealing with. And I think baseball is totally complicit in it. And to see somebody like Lance McCullers, who is returning from a cancer situation, look, every pitcher gets lit up. Okay, they all do. You don't need to get your family threatened. That's just way insane.
Yeah. And again, it just goes to show too the connection to, all right, Pete Rose and Joe Jackson and Eddie Seacott and all those guys, they're eligible now.
Yeah.
So it's almost like waving the white flag to the bettors and saying, okay, you know what? We'll let the gamblers be eligible. It'll be interesting to see if the Hall of Fame itself, because it is an independent organization, if the Hall of Fame puts them on the ballot.
Let's be honest. Let's call it what it is. Okay, they're going to be on the ballot in, I believe, 20 December 2027, 26, whatever year it is. Right. Let's call it what it is. The Trump will still be the president of the United States. I'm telling you, Brian, that's that they are going to do it for the optics. I'm not saying he's going to get in on that ballot. I'm not saying, but they are going to have him on the ballot. They're going to make a show, and Joe Jackson is going to get in with Pete Rose, and it's going to be the redemption tour. And maybe we could buy a new funny outfit for the Red Sox in commemoration of that. Yeah, you know,
All
Jesus
right.
Christ. I'm telling you, those yellow and blue uniforms for the Red Sox, I mean, Jesus. I did not know the person who designed the Red Sox uniform was legally blind. I did not know that.
Did they wear those again against the Angels?
No, they didn't. Thank God.
Oh,
We
well,
got
that's
the
good.
we got the grays. We got
We got
grays and then we got the solid white. It's one of the best
That's all you
uniforms
need.
in
That's all you
baseball.
need.
Yeah. Yeah. You got any more thoughts on the world of baseball, Brian?
Yeah. Uh, you know, the whole thing with this will be way too long of a discussion, but we'll just hit on it quickly. The whole thing where you're arguing, the analytics are arguing that, pitcher can't face a lineup 3 times. Bad things are going to happen. And you'll get some guys that very rarely will go through it 3 times or part way through it 3 times. But what happened to relief pitchers? I mean, they're good for 1 inning max.
Right.
What happened? I mean, I remember when I was younger, granted that was a long time ago,
Dinosaurs roam the earth.
almost as long ago as when you were young. But
Almost.
but the reliever, if I remember watching Dodger games way back when they were the on TV here in SoCal because that was all there was because there wasn't any cable.
Right. Right.
But
Right.
Tommy Lasorda would come out and he would take out, Don Sutton or whatever,
Right.
and he'd bring in a reliever. If he had to take him out in the 6th inning because this guy was getting jacked around, he'd bring in a reliever, and the reliever would pitch the last 3 innings.
Oh yeah, Mike Marshall. Mike
Yeah,
Marshall. Yeah.
Goose Gossage, those guys,
Mm-hmm.
Raleigh
Mm-hmm.
Fingers, they
Yeah.
would pitch multiple innings. Why can't relievers do that anymore now? They're not even going through the lineup once.
Oh no. Oh no. Honestly, until the new rules, they were only going for one batter.
Exactly. What happened to relief pitchers?
I don't
Why
know.
can't they pitch, more than an inning? Or is are they just that bad that they don't have enough stuff to last more than 25 pitches?
I don't know. I don't know if it's they don't want to get the blowback from the press and their viewing of the analytics or what it is, but you're right. I mean, I saw the Red Sox go through seven relief pitchers. Seven relief pitchers yesterday. I mean,
Yeah,
can't somebody get three outs? I mean, come on, man. Huh?
yeah. It's I don't know. That's just something that was catching my thought process earlier this week as I was watching multiple pitchers being brought in. And like, it's like every inning, if you got that starter that throws 4 innings and you got to take him out because God forbid you're down 3-1,
Yes.
uh,
Yes. That's
then it,
the tipping point.
then they're bringing in a guy for every inning, unless that guy gets two guys on base, and then they're going to take him out.
Oh, sure. Actually, Brian, they pulled a relief pitcher the other day because he thought about walking somebody. Okay. So, and, being here in Southern Cal, I watch a lot of Angel games, and Ron Washington is about as old school as there is. And, when you see him walking out there the two times a game to pull the relief pitchers, you can see him going, what the hell am I doing? Where's the guy who's going to give me 6 innings? Please,
Right.
Jesus Christ. Bring him down here.
Yeah, and so many. Yeah, I don't know. I think the whole trickling down all the way through the minor leagues, pitching is not being taught, and it's just having this drastic
Sure.
uh, effect all the way through the sport. It's throw as hard as you can, and hopefully you're close to the strike zone. But that's all you got to do is throw your hardest. You don't have to know how to pitch. You
Yeah,
don't have to know. And what I absolutely hate is a reliever comes in and he's trying to get guys to chase and swing at bad pitches, and he ends
sure.
up throwing four wide ones because he can't throw in the strike zone.
Right.
And it's
Right.
like, okay, we brought this guy in to put a guy on base. Well, you could have saved me 10 minutes and left the other guy in.
Brian, that's where they got to tell you about DraftKings and FanDuel. Okay. I mean, come on,
So,
Brian. Also, Rob Manfred the other day, we're gonna wrap it up here. Rob Manfred the other day was talking about ABS coming into the major leagues in 2026, which at this point, just do it. God, let's just figure it out because I'm telling you, Brian, I am tired of watching goddamn Angel games, and for 3 hours, all I hear from Gubazad and Wayne Rosando is, "Oh, we didn't get that pitch. They got that pitch. Oh, we would have been out of this inning if they would have called that third strike." I mean, Jesus Christ, I don't remember Vin Scully doing that.
you got to put that game on mute, man.
Oh my God, literally, I want to puncture my own eardrums. Okay? Son of a gun. You have to deal with traffic. I have to deal with Angel games.
All right.
Okay? And I don't know who has the worst lot. All
Yeah,
right. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I think I'm up to 7 miles from home now.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. All right. Send the carrier pigeon. It'll
Yeah,
get
no
there
kidding.
before you. Don't you fret.
Probably.
All right, everybody. Thank you for listening. This is Off the Rails Sports Podcast. If you could hit that like and subscribe button, it means a lot to us. And if you could leave some comments, I will respond to them. And we'll see you soon on Off the Rails.